Well, guys, it's that time of the year again. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the yearly occurrence where I'm somewhere where I need to make a video, but for some reason I have none of my video equipment. So I have to go to Best Buy and buy a microphone I'm not used to and overly apologize for bad audio quality that nobody hears but me. So yeah, I'm out of town. The airline lost my luggage. I seem to have a knack for that happening to me. It's happened like 3 times. It hasn't happened to anybody I know, so that's cool. And all my stuff was in there, so here we are. That's also the explanation for this little beard situation I've got going on. Not a huge fan of that, but hey, I think we'll make it. That's not why you clicked on this video though. You clicked on it to hear about a shitty music video. Now, it seems like recently we've been talking more and more about the moderation systems on YouTube, being a little bit subpar. I feel like once a week for the last month, I've made a video on something absolutely insane, somehow slipping past the YouTube moderation systems, and well, we're back again. Now, what we're talking about today is not really a new phenomenon. It's actually been something that's been kind of an issue with YouTube for a really long time at this point, and that is the music videos of famous artists seemingly getting a lot more leeway with what they're allowed to show compared to YouTubers. Now, up until a few days ago, if you asked me about this, I would say it's not really that big of an issue anymore. This was a much bigger thing during the whole adpocalypse where if like you said poo-poo you might get demonetized. These days, honestly, YouTube is pretty lenient in what you can get away with and still get monetized. It's not perfect, but compared to like 5 or 10 years ago, it's worlds better. But it used to be this whole thing where like YouTubers had to walk on eggshells to not get demonetized, while famous rappers and famous singers could put literally anything they wanted in their music videos. Nearly naked women, people doing drugs, as much profanity as they wanted, and their videos were never restricted because they just brought in too many views. However, like I said, that doesn't really seem to be a big problem these days, or at least that's what I thought until a few days ago when a singer named Jessie Murph released a music video for a song she made called 1965, which, until people made a big fuss about it, had about 5 seconds of uninterrupted, fully uncensored, fully nude, penetrative sex. So, yeah. The music video is age restricted now, which I guess is all you can really ask for, considering the other shit that YouTube allows on this website. However, for the first like 2 days or so that this video was live, there was no restrictions on this video, which means for some reason, YouTube's auto moderation is not restricting videos where there is clear and plain naked sex. So, don't know why that's the case, but it's a little concerning. Now, I'm not going to be playing the entire music video because I don't really want to get sent to copyright hell today, but I will play a short clip of the incident. It will be heavily censored. This video is probably going to get age restricted anyways, so should just take a play out of the Jessie Murph handbook and leave it uncensored, but I don't really want to do that, so here you go. Please subscribe. So yeah, not exactly what I would consider necessary for a music video, but I guess we all have our different artistic values. Now look, I'm not a prude. I don't find this like baffling that this would be like an artistic expression by somebody, but you know, there's definitely a time and a place. This is why movies and TV shows have ratings, so you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. I feel like the average person, while listening to a song via a music video, does not really want to watch 2 people fucking, and that doesn't make you a prude. Like, it'd be one thing if they manually age restricted this video before they uploaded it, but they didn't. So you go into this music video thinking you're just going to be listening to a song, and then a minute later you're watching somebody get railed from the back. I mean, like, it's not exactly the normal music video experience. It just sort of comes out of left field, and it's pretty obvious that this was done just for shock value for what's happening right now, to get people talking about it. And talk about it I will, because this song fucking sucks. Not only is it just bad to listen to, the concept of this song is fucking insane. The title of the song is 1965, and that's referring to the chorus where she says she wants a man to love her like it's 1965. Now, you might hear that and think, oh, well, she's just referring to that old school love, you know, before the internet and phones, writing love letters, delivering flowers. No, she's specifically referring to like getting the shit beaten out of her and not having rights. Don't believe me? Let me read you some lyrics. This is the first verse of the song. We go to church on a Sunday, wake up on Monday. You'd go to work and I'd stay home and sing and do fun things. I might get a little slap, but you wouldn't hit me on Snapchat. Now, if you didn't go to college for a year and a half like me, you might have some trouble interpreting that, so I'll translate it for you guys, don't worry. She's saying, you might beat the shit out of me, but at least you won't message me on Snapchat. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for the freedom of speech, but I feel like that's a prison-worthy lyric, and that's just within the first 3 lines of the song. We've also got the poetic, I want you to want me, I think I'd give up a few rights if you would just love me. Now that's pretty smart because we're not only rhyming the word me with the word me, but also the notion that you would be loved more and cared for better if you lived in a time where society thought that you had intrinsically less value is just genius. I'm surprised we haven't seen that theory pitched more often. We've also got this banger intro that starts off the song by saying, my hair is high, coke is cheap. I don't think that's true actually. I think coke was still kind of like a niche drug in the 60s. Was actually probably the opposite of cheap because not many people were doing it until the 70s and 80s, so I think you're just making shit up, Jesse. We've also got this really deep line of, I would be 20 and it'd be acceptable for you to be 40, and that is fucked up, I know, but at least you wouldn't drive off before I get in the fucking door, you fucking fuck you. Now, that's a crazy thing to say, considering in the same song, you're saying, yeah, this guy's definitely gonna beat me. If he's beating you, what makes you think he's gonna wait for you to sit down, Jesse? Not sure where you're getting all this information from for this song, but you should double check your sources next time. Anyways, the fact that this song sounds like if ChatGPT tried to write a Lana Del Rey song is not really the focus of this video, you know, not really the main problem. There's just so many questions that need to be answered here, like the main one being, why did they feel the need to do this? This singer has like 15 or 20 million monthly Spotify listeners. I feel like that's quite a bit. Why are you going for a shock value music video? Actually, why are you going for a shock value song entirely? Like, sure, conceptually, I could see this song working for the right artist, but I feel like you'd have to go about it a little bit more elegantly than just saying, oh, well, you can give me that slap as long as you don't have Snapchat. Like, that might be the dumbest fucking lyric I've ever heard in my life. There's also the very questionable decision to include children in this music video, and not only did they just include them in this video, there's an extended shot of what appears to be like a 6 or 7-year-old girl in the scene immediately before the one we're talking about. Now, even if we completely ignore for a moment that there's fully uncensored sex in this video, it's still a very, very questionable decision to include children in a music video of a song with this kind of subject matter. To include them in a video that's borderline pornographic, fucking insane. Like, there's just so many red flags there. First off, what kind of parent is okay with letting their child be in a video like that? And then secondly, what kind of director would give that the green light? You know, it's just such a weird concept and such a weird thing to try and tie in together. Like, it sort of seems like a no-brainer to not include children in the music video where you're going to have actual sex on display. You know what I mean? And it's not like this was the decision of a couple people. These sorts of sets have dozens of people, and you're telling me that nobody was like, hey, so, this is kind of weird. That's hard for me to believe, which makes this even worse because people were probably calling this out, and they were like, ah, whatever, let's do it anyways. To make matters worse, after she got all this backlash, she posted a video on a TikTok saying the entire song is satire, and then asked her fan base if they're stupid. To me, personally, I don't really understand the satirical value of having a child actress's face plastered right against a sex scene in a music video that child probably did not have a say in whether they were going to be in or not. But sure, as long as you call it satire and then insult the people who pay your bills, I guess everything goes away, right, Jesse? Dumbass. Well, guys, what are your thoughts? Like I said, what's probably the strangest thing to me about all this is that this had to have gone through so many people and it's somehow still made it to the internet. I feel like that's kind of wacky. This seems like something that would be shot down like 9 out of 10 times. Guess old Jesse pulled the short stick though. Not sure if there's really a whole lot more to say about this though. All I can think of is if you're an up-and-coming artist, maybe don't turn your music videos into softcore porn. Didn't think that one really needed to be said, but here we are. See ya.